So I have arrived. Wish me the best.
Welcome to She's World. My name is Sheila, but you can call me She. Today, I am bringing everybody along for my U.S. Citizenship and Naturalization test. I am scheduled, today's December 30th, so it's almost like before the end of the year. December 30th, 2019, I get to know how my new year is going to be, if it makes sense. I'm super excited, and I hope that I can be able to pass this test to become an American citizen. I will let you know the questions they ask me, but I want you to come along the journey with me because I'm driving by myself. It's a 2-hour, almost 3-hour drive, so it'll be nice to have company. So let's go together and see you when I get there. I'll let you see the outfit of the day, the outfit I wore today for my interview. So hopefully you can see how to dress for an interview for your citizenship as well, or put your own touch to it. So anyways, I'll see you when I see you. Let's drive together. So come along, let's go with me. Now, don't worry, this video might look a little bit all over the place, but just try and focus on the message that I am trying to give right here. Okay, so these are the few things to know when you're going there. First of all, make sure that all the documents you used in applying for your N400, that's the citizenship application form, make sure you take everything with you. So once you get the letter, it's going to list a couple of documents that you need to bring with you. The first one is the appointment letter that you're going to receive, and then your alien registration card, that's your green card, any evidence of selective service registration if you have that, your passport, any other documents you used in connection with any entries into the United States. If there are other documents that apply to you, like a marriage certificate, proof of death or divorce of each other's marriage, or yourself or your spouse birth or naturalization certificate or citizenship certificate, and if they're in the military, they'll need a discharge form DD-214. That is if it relates to you, but basically the form is going to tell you the things that you need to bring along, and also in that same letter is going to tell you that bring every documentation that you use in the application process. Now, this is what is going to happen when you get there. As soon as you get in there, they would always advise you to enter 30 minutes prior to your appointment. So if your appointment is at 2 p.m., you enter the gates at 1:30 p.m. So you enter in, there's a security man right there. He would ask you for your appointment letter and your ID. And I gave them my driver's license. Then you're going to have a little bucket thing where, like when you go through the airport, so you're going to put in your phone, any electronics that is on you, and then you're going to take off your belt if you have a belt, and you take off your shoes and you go through the machine. You're cleared in the machine, they'll tell you to join a queue where there are little offices with immigration officers in there. Once they call you in, they'll ask you for your ID, and I gave them my driver's license, and they'll ask you for the appointment letter. They will take a picture of you at that point, and you are going to do a thumbprint. So your right index finger and your left index finger. Once you're done, they will tell you to go upstairs. And this is all for the Dallas area. I don't know for any other immigration office, but for the Dallas area, they'll ask you to go upstairs where there is another receptionist there. They're going to take your letter, and then he will ask you to have a seat, and an officer will come and call you. So the officers keep coming out one at a time from whichever area that they are at. And so one came out and took my letter, and then they called me in for the interview. Once I got in there, he was very friendly from the beginning, welcomed me, took me to his office, which was like way at the. So he asked for three IDs: my passport, my driver's license, and my green card. So we got in, and he said, I know you just sat down, but please get up and then lift your right hand. And then he said, you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. He's going to Immediately he said, let's go through the civic questions. So he asked me my six civic questions, which I have in the video, so I'm not going to go through that. We did a reading test. So he asked me to read, where is the White House? So that was what I had to read. And then he asked me to write a sentence about the flag is in the U.S. So I wrote that. So the civic question was done, the reading test was done, and the writing test was done. Very simple. Once that was done, he said, this is the part where it gets a little bit more detailed. So he asked me if I'd been married before. He asked about my name, if I wanted to change my name, just a couple of details, where I've worked, where I work now, all of that good stuff that you already filled in your N400. Now, the big take on this is every question they're asking you is what you have already stated. They are not going to bring any question from anywhere, at least for me. So I'm going to speak in terms of my experience. Every question that I was asked was from the N400 documentation that I had submitted. So he also went ahead to ask me the same questions that we answer the yes or no to. Have you ever been affiliated with any group, any gang group? Have you been arrested? All of that. He's going to go through each of them one after the other. It's not even a joke. I was looking at him like, are we doing this? And he read every question and asked me every question without even reading anything. So in the end, when I answered all of his questions, he asked that before I signed, he needed to ask me if I disagreed with the oath of allegiance, and that if there was anything that I didn't agree with, I could tell him and we could talk about that. I wasn't sure if that was a trick question, because think about it, you are in there and you're saying you want to become an American citizen, but then you don't even agree with the oath of allegiance. So that for me was really a trick question. So after I signed that, there was also a portion that he needed me to sign, and you have to make sure you confirm your name. So he's going to ask you to look at it again and make sure that your name is correct, so that when your naturalization certificate is out, you don't have a wrong name on there. So you confirm that and then you sign off as well. Also, he's going to ask you to confirm your spouse's name. If you have kids, confirm the names of your kids, their date of birth, all of that good stuff. So all of these things should be at your fingertips. If you're somebody who can never really remember your date of birth, like my mom, she can never remember any of our date of birth, please work with it, fool with it, and make sure that you actually remember everything. And then a couple of questions about your husband. He's going to ask how you met, all of that good stuff about your marriage. Right after all of that was done, he asked me, can you take time off of work? And I said, yes. He said, well, this is going to be your date for your naturalization. So immediately I got my naturalization date, which was really exciting. So again, I don't know for other areas whether they ask you to go back or you get your naturalization date, your swearing in ceremony the same day. But for me, he gave it to me the very same day, and then that is going to be on your form N445, a notice of naturalization oath ceremony. So that is going to also be held in Plano, Texas. That's where the oath ceremony is taking. And then after that, we spend a little bit of time talking about the military, since he is actually a veteran. So he was in the army. We spent a little bit of time talking about that. Everybody who knows me knows that I have a lot of respect for our servicemen and women. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your service. We truly appreciate you. That was the end of the conversation. In total, it took about 30 minutes for the interview and everything. So that was it. I was done. I'm just going to put in a short video that I did as soon as I came out of the office.
Okay, so I know the lighting is really bad, but I'm so sorry. This is what I can actually get. So I just finished my naturalization interview. Of course, your girl made it. I think my 6 questions were: who is the Speaker of the House? What territory did France buy? That's the Louisiana territory. And then where is the Statue of Liberty? And then who vetoes bills? The president. And then what's the last one? I can't remember off the top of my head. If I remember, I'll let you know. And then there was a whole series of questions about Have you ever been involved in any terrorist groups? These are more like basic questions that you are asked when you fill out the paperwork. They just ask you again just to make sure that whatever you said was true. Have you had any tickets? Have you ever been charged with any crime? Have you helped people to illegally get into the country? It's a whole bunch of questions. If you want, I can run you through, but really it's the same questions that you get asked when you fill out the paperwork, even for all the immigration paperwork that you fill out. I will definitely do a vlog on that when we all go for my swearing in to become a United States citizen. The officer really made it an easy process. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, when you're going in, you're a bit nervous, but when you get a really good officer, they kind of help you through the process. And so he didn't help me by giving me any answers, but he just made it comfortable, if you get what I mean, so you are more at ease. So right now I'm going to be driving to get something to eat because I am starving. I have not eaten in a minute, so I'll go get something to eat, and I have a 2.5 drive, maybe 3-hour drive back home to go see my family. If you want more information on how to fill out the N400 application form, that's application for naturalization, let me know. I'll do a full video on how I filled out my paperwork. If there is any immigration information you want to know, let me know. How I got my 2-year green card, how I got my 10-year green card. I can take you through the whole process of what I did. There is a disclaimer here. I am not a lawyer, neither am I an immigration expert. I am just a person who has done it on my own. And thank you for letting my civic question video go viral as well. I truly appreciate everybody. Bye, see you soon. Hello family. So I just got home from my citizenship interview. There was one question they asked that I actually forgot. And I forgot. I think it was, how many senators are there? And the answer is 100. And also, I don't know if I said it earlier on. But it was the question about how many, there were 13 original states, name 3. So I gave New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, because I just stuck with the news. So I can make another video on the tricks that I used in learning some of the answers and things that resonated with me. So I could do that if you want. Just leave a link in the comment section. And I remember after the officer was done, I said, hey, thank you so much for making this process very easy. And he said, I didn't do anything. You did everything. And I thought that was sweet. And also one more thing that they're going to do. They're going to let you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So I said, no, as soon as I sat down, he's like, hey, I know I just asked you to sit, but can you get up and then raise your right hand and say that you're going to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? Do you swear to say that? And you say, yes, I do. Or if you don't swear to say that, you say no, and then you can go home. Or I don't know why you did all of that if you decided not to tell the truth. But the point is that they're going to let you answer that. And then he went straight into the 6 civic questions, and then he's like, well, you got everything wrong, let's move on. And as we go on more, it becomes a little bit more technical, and that's where all the questions come in of if you've committed any crime, if you've had speeding tickets, if you've ever been put in a cop vehicle, if you've ever had handcuffs on you. It's a whole bunch of questions. And I kid you not, he said everything without reading anything. It was crazy. I'm like, how are you doing this? Have you ever distributed drugs? Just every question you answer when you fail the N400 is the same ones that he's going to ask you. And then we had some talk about the military and stuff like that. So he was very helpful, and he was such a proud American. It's nice to see that he respects the country like that. Mine was a lot of political questions. So at some point he's like, do you follow politics a lot? And I said, my husband does. I don't have a choice. The TV is on. I can hear it. It's not like you can block your ears to it. So that was quite interesting. He did ask me a little bit about my interpretation job. So if you want to also know a little bit about what I do as a part-time job as an interpreter, I can also give a little bit of insight on how I got that job, the process that I went through. Just leave a comment and let me know, and I know this video looks like it's all over the place, but it's just been a long day for me. It's been late. You can see it's a little bit dark, and I just got home. I know my kids have missed me. If you're new to this channel, welcome so much to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning. And we got monetized. This is so exciting. Thank you to everybody. I need to make a new thank you video to everybody that supported us in our monetization. So I'll see you later. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please stay tuned. Hit that notification bell so that anytime we upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. Bye, and see you all later. Mwah.